I'm a big advocate for changing the world. I believe our world right now is good, but it could always be better. And I think the best way to do that is by having a role in shaping the minds of the next generation.
The University Community Collaborative prepares and supports youth and young adults to become confident, effective leaders and creates cultures that value and integrate the contributions of youth, thereby building stronger communities.
So at the Collaborative, we work with young adults, older youth, high school age students and college students, trying to give them the knowledge, skills, and wherewithal to be effective leaders. So effective leaders in their own lives, to make constructive, productive decisions, effective leaders in their schools and their communities, and hopefully beyond.
So many of the challenges we face as a city impact young people, but don't often engage young people in whatever the solution is.
We have to give them spaces and opportunities to cultivate those leadership abilities and skills when they're younger, or they're not going to be, effective change agents as adults.
So the idea is we want to stick with young people through high school, through their transition to college, going deeper with their skills and knowledge. And we have a series of after-school programs, credit-bearing internships, we have a youth-produced TV news show, we have paid employment opportunities, and all of our programming has a very strong social justice and community-based orientation.
Most schools don't allow students the opportunity to kind of dig deep with something that they're really interested in. I thought there were a lot of kids that are really passionate about community issues and themselves, and they would really benefit from the opportunity to empower themselves through these projects and kind of develop their leadership skills. And so for the past 2 years, I've tried to connect a lot of our students with power.
One thing that makes our programs unique is that we are asking young people to reflect on their own experiences in their own communities. We value that experience, and we're asking them to then come up with their own questions and their own ideas about how their communities can be better.
I think before I wasn't so much aware about my community and where I was living in. I had a little idea of what Philadelphia was like. But then with the topics that we covered and things that we discussed about Philadelphia, such as problems that are going on in education, I became more aware of things that I was living in.
That is the ultimate definition of empowerment. Kids using their learning, their passions, their knowledge, and their expertise to make something better in their city.
Hey everybody, this is Terrence,
Marv,
Saeed, and we're here today at 22nd and Market at the Mutter Museum, and we're going to show you a little cool organization about how to get tested for HIV. It's National HIV Testing Day, so we're about to go in and check that out and see what's popping.
We can all talk the talk and say that, we want change, but we have to actually walk that walk. And I think with the collaborative, join the collaborative, which any different program in the collaborative, it helps you to actually walk that walk. It helps you not to see the issues, but identify the solution and carry out the solution.
The collaborative gives the children an opportunity to come up with their own ideas about how things should be done, giving these children the freedom and the understanding that this was your program, we want your input, we want your blood and sweat.
It's not about what we tell them, but it's about what they tell us. And we believe in them, we believe in what they say, and we support their ideas, and we try to make it happen. And I think that for a lot of young people, they don't have not just one person, but a whole group of people, like a whole team that is willing to support them in no matter what they do.
In addition to the empowerment, I think it's really great to connect kids with youth that they're not used to working with.
It was a different mix of children who had different ideas, came from different experiences, different backgrounds. So it was just a learning experience, a life learning experience for them.
I was shy. I wasn't as confident as I am now. I didn't really want to work with others. I thought I could, dominate everything. But after working with them, I noticed that I can work well with others, and that it's important to do that.
Hey, I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Darren. And
we are Breaking It Down.
Now you get kids that are coming from different schools and different neighborhoods, and they're all kind of mixing together, and they're forced to collaborate and build relationships around these issues, which I think is an empowering experience for kids also.
I get along with everybody, and I work well with others, and they taught me a lot that I didn't know about myself. That I'm more talented than I thought I was, and that they taught me patience, and I think I needed that. And being around them, they grew on me, and I couldn't wait to come back in the fall.
The way they interact with each other, the way they interact with other people in the neighborhood, and most importantly, their sense of responsibility and belonging, understanding that Philadelphia is their home base and that they have a responsibility as members of this neighborhood and this community, even a community at large, to really be engaged as citizens, and I think that's amazing.
Well, when I first started at the Collaborative, the things around me just had a really negative impact on me and my thought process. So my original goal was to be a lawyer and put people in jail, because I felt like that's what our society needed, more people in jail. And then I stayed at this program for some time, and I realized that maybe my role could be more beneficial if I were to intercept the youth prior to their possible legal entanglements. And I liked what the program was doing. Social justice through media literacy and civic engagement seemed like perfect things to kind of mold a good citizen. And it did that for me as a participant. And I like the idea of doing that and having that kind of impact on youth, so I stayed.
The idea is, behind the continuum, is that we want to work with young people over the long haul, because adolescence occurs over the long haul, and help them to become young leaders. And then we've created a space for some of those people to actually exercise leadership within the Collaborative.